What's going on, guys? Andrew Piluk Hockey here, back again with another video. Today I'm going to be discussing Nick Robertson and the opportunity that he has to play for the Toronto Maple Leafs. It was just recently discussed that there will be a 24-team playoff format or play-in and playoff format that we're going to be seeing hopefully at the end of July, early August. Again, it's not 100% because they can't just go forward with it unless the countries are going to be allowing this and the governments are going to be allowing this. I think some people are a little bit confused. They think it's 100% already, but it's just this is what the NHL is presenting. And it could happen. It's very likely that there's a good chance it could happen, but the basis of this video is talking about Nick Robertson because I think he's really exciting for Leaf fans, and I know a lot of you guys, like myself, are Leaf fans. And he's been included on the Leafs extended roster going forward, going into this playoff or play-in that's going to be happening against the Columbus Blue Jackets, it looks like. So Robertson may not actually play in any games. I'm sure they're going to give him a look in an exhibition game because every team is going to get two. There is a chance he could play, and I'll get to that later in the video, but he's going to be 19 in 3 months at the time I'm recording this, and it's Friday, May 29th at the time I'm recording this. I'm not sure when you guys are going to get this video, but or when you're watching it, but he's very young. But you need to look at some of these numbers here, okay? You're seeing them on the screen, but I need to say this. 2019, he was selected in the second round, number 53 overall by the Toronto Maple Leafs, and he's impressed. He's probably the best prospect in the Leafs system. He's on an $850,000 contract currently. Of course, it's entry-level deal, and I'm not sure how it gets burned off by that. I'm not sure. I have to look into that, but basically, he's been really impressive in the OHL. It looks like his time is up in the OHL in my eyes. I think that the Leafs really want to give him a look. They were going to give him a look next season, but now they're like, okay, we can at least give him a shot to come and play here because he's coming off an incredible season, and you can see those numbers. In the 1920 season, he had 86 points in 46 games played, 55 goals and 31 assists. He was definitely going to hit the 60-goal plateau. He looked incredible. He was the best player in the OHL. He was winning awards left and right, has been announced in the past couple weeks, all OHL team. And I've got a chance to watch a lot of junior hockey as I live in a city where there is a team, and a good team at that. So I've seen a lot of players, and Nick Robertson I haven't personally seen live, but just watching him on video in the OHL, he is very good. He's very quick. He's got great hands, and his shot is so damn good. It's so fast. But basically, the reason why Nick Robertson is being brought up to this extended roster is, of course, Kyle Dubas was talking about it with Chris Johnston and other media members, is that he's kind of ahead of his time in a way. He's very, very prepared. He's a guy that loves to be prepared for games. It's been well documented that he's a very early sleeper. If there's no game that night, he's in bed. It's calculated. He needs to make sure he eats properly. He's working out properly. And there's a quote here that I wanted to just bring up. He said, "I think I've enhanced a lot of my off-ice performance now, which can help me with my on-ice." He said, "Overall, I think I'm ready," which is obviously a good mindset. "We'll see what the coaching staff and what Toronto wants, but just personally, mentally and physically, I think I'm there. We'll see how it goes." Now, he's been quarantining in LA, I believe. And he is very motivated. There's another quote here that says, I think they kind of heard from me more than they wanted to. I doubt they get annoyed with me. But he was basically just talking about talking with nutritionists and reaching out to the organization's strength coaches. And he sends videos of all he sends videos of all the exercises that he's doing. So he's very calculated. He's very driven in the sense that he wants to make sure that he is in game shape. He's ready to go, and that once the season does come back, if it does, that he wants every chance to be on that Leaf roster, and he's going to prove it. Now, like I said, having all these points, it really makes a good case. But the way Kyle Dubas and what a lot of agents and media members have been saying, the mentality of how he works is what sets him apart. He is like I said, he's very driven, and he takes everything very seriously. And what's crazy is we're talking so much about that without even just talking about the pure skill that he possesses. This guy, if you haven't watched any of his highlights, he is like insane. Like, I can't even express it enough how good his shot is. This guy has one of the most wicked releases I've ever seen, and he can move really quickly in terms of, you know, being shifty. He can make clear passes. He can make good shots. He makes great decisions. His hockey IQ is very good. Sorry for the dog in the background. I apologize. Can't really stop that. But anyways, I think he's ready. I would agree with a lot of people that he should get that opportunity. And what I wanted to bring up in this portion of the video was that you're going to see a lot of players come to these camps probably not as prepared as other guys, and maybe they look a little bit sluggish. Maybe the Leafs are going to see something in the training camp portion because they're going to have a couple weeks of that, and the exhibition games, and maybe even a couple of the initial games, that they're going to say, okay, this guy isn't really ready. He doesn't look the way that we want him to going forward. Again, I apologize about the dog, but they're going to say, hey, maybe Nick Robertson deserves this opportunity more than this guy because he looked good in the training camp. He came prepared, and this guy looks a bit sluggish. I don't think they're going to do that with a top-end player unless it looks really bad. But with the depth that the Leafs have, there could be a few guys that don't really look up to par, and it could be like that for any team. You know, there's going to be other teams that are going to be calling up some of their prospects and their hopefuls and saying, yo, this guy could be more ready than some of the players that we have right now because of this quarantine period and this pandemic. These guys might not be in the best shape that they can be, or they're not mentally prepared to be in the games. And Robertson could be a guy, because of his commitment since even the pandemic started. He's been literally, like I said, contacting the nutrition, contracting the organization, strength coaches, everything. And he's been posting videos of him working out, of him using his, stick handling. And Robertson can also play in a bunch of different situations with the Leafs. Apparently he can, kill penalties. Dubas was talking about, he's quick enough that he can do that type of thing like Mitch Marner does. But, obviously on the power play, imagine the boost that the second power play unit would get, or even, hell, maybe they want to try him on the first one if it works out. But just imagine the boost that Robertson would give the Leafs if he comes into the training camp and smacks it out of the park. Now all of a sudden you've got another weapon, a fast young player that is so driven that he just wants to win. That could be an ace for the Toronto Maple Leafs. And again, I have to stress this. There's going to be a lot of teams that are probably going to be in a similar situation. They're going to bring up a guy that's going to wow people, and that's what makes this interesting. I, for one, am not 100% in agreement with that the NHL should be coming back because this is very serious, and obviously I don't want anybody to get sick or to get hurt. But it's still, as a hockey fan and as just a fan in general, I'm interested. I'd love to see Nick Robertson. I think that he's got a real good shot of making this Leafs roster. I think a little bit more than people think. And we'll just have to see. Look at a guy like Ilya Mikheyev. I love the guy, but he's coming off of a really serious injury. If he comes back and it's just not there, Robertson could slide right into that spot. So I don't know. We'll have to see. It's very interesting as time goes on. We'll get more information. But if you guys have more players that you want to suggest I talk about going forward, let me know. And if you are new to this channel, make sure to subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. Join the squad. I'd love to get to 8,000 subscribers. Thank you guys so much again for watching. And go subscribe to some of my buddies, Audie James, Downtown Sports, and Nyquist. Shout that out. Post to Post Productions. Everybody, just go to everybody. Everybody. All right. Yeah. Hopefully I'll see you guys in the next video or stream. Peace.